Okay, so in the last video, we looked at how to use the factor theorem in order to factorize polynomials. But those problems assume that we already knew a root or a factor. So I want to think about now how we can factorize a cubic polynomial if we don't know one of the roots or one of the factors. So let's take this example here. Let's have a look at the polynomial x cubed minus 2x squared minus 5x plus 6, right? How can we begin to factorize that? And what I want to get you to do is to get you to focus on that last term there, right? Positive 6. And basically, what you need to understand is that the roots should be factors of that last term. Of this last term here, right? So what are the factors of positive 6? The factors of positive 6 are going to be plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, plus or minus 3, and also possibly plus or minus 6, right? So these are the possible options for the roots. And so what do we got to do if we want to discover which one of these are the roots? Well, we're just going to apply a bit of trial and error and substitute the values into the polynomial, because we need to remember that something is a root if the value of the polynomial is going to be equal to 0. So let's try that. Let's try x is positive 1. So we're going to try putting positive 1 into the polynomial. What do we get? We're going to get 1 minus 2 minus 5 plus 6. And if we try that, what's that going to give us? Well, that is going to give us 0. So we substitute 1 into the polynomial, we get 0. So that tells us, therefore, that x equals 1 is a root of p of x. And therefore, if x equals 1 is a root of p of x, we've also shown that x minus 1 is a factor of p of x. Okay, so now that we know one root and therefore we know one factor, all we can do is we can just do a bit of polynomial division to find out the remaining factors. So we're going to divide the polynomial x cubed minus 2x squared minus 5x plus 6. We're going to divide it through by x minus 1. So we do this, do it quickly. So x squared, x cubed minus x squared, subtract off minus x squared minus 5x plus 6. Give us minus x squared plus x, subtract off minus 6x plus 6, and therefore minus 6x 6 to 0. So what have we just shown? We've now shown that the polynomial p of x can be written as x minus 1 times by x squared minus x minus 6. And are we able to factorize that last quadratic? I think we can. So we can write this as x minus 1 times by x minus 3 times by x minus 2. Right? So we now know that the polynomial here has got 3 different factors: x minus 1, x minus 2, and x minus 3. And of course, that means that the roots of this particular polynomial are x is equal to 1, x is equal to 2, and x is equal to 3. And you can see that that is right because that's what we anticipated earlier, that the roots would be factors of 6, right? 1, 2, and 3. That is exactly right. Okay, guys, so if you want to be able to factorize a cubic polynomial and you don't know one of the factors or one of the roots, what you do is you look at the last number here, and what you should find is that the roots will be factors of that number. So you take the factors of that number and you substitute them into the polynomial, and if one of them is equal to 0, then you know that you found one root. And if you found one root, then you also know a factor, and if you know one factor, you can find the other factors by doing polynomial division. Okay, I hope that was clear. I hope that was helpful. I will see you again next time.